warm welcome. I'm delighted to be here and to have a chance to share ideas with you and to talk about where we have to go as a movement and as a country. It's fascinating to me. David Keene was just telling me we have 6,300 people registered this year. We had 4,800 registered last year. That is a 30% increase in registration. Not bad for a movement the elite media thinks is depressed and lost energy. But as a history teacher, I have to carry you back a few years. The very first CPAC had as its keynote speaker Governor Ronald Reagan. And he spoke to, and I'm relying here on David as the historian of this institution, he spoke to 120 people. That was the size of CPAC the first time. Reagan came back 2 years later. And as those of you who take my e-newsletter know, and those of you who don't, should go to newt.org and sign up for it. It's free. It comes on Mondays and gives me a chance to communicate with you directly without confusion or distortion. And I pointed out in the newsletter the other day that Reagan came here to CPAC after Watergate, after the disastrous 1974 election, at a point where the Republican Party identity was down to 18% and people were genuinely wondering if we could survive. And he gave an amazing speech in which he said that we need to have bold colors, not pale pastels. And people understood what he was describing. We don't need to rush to a phony elitist center to avoid controversy, to try to pretend we're Democrats in order to win elections. We need to stand decisively for the values and the principles and the future of the American people and win the argument over which side is better capable of providing a better future. Now, I believe 32 years later, we all stand on President Reagan's shoulders, and we stand on the achievements of the contract with America. And therefore, I want to propose that we add to President Reagan, then Governor Reagan's call for bold colors, that we need bold solutions based on those bold colors, and then we need to go out to the American people and have an idea-oriented, positive dialogue. And I want to be very clear here, because I've been active as a conservative a long time. I'm perfectly happy for all of you who want to spend a lot of energy doing things to attack Senator Clinton. And I know it'll make you feel good. We will not defeat the Clinton machine by being negative. We will defeat the Clinton machine by offering better solutions based on better values with a deeper reach into the American people's minds and psyche and history. And it is by representing the future of the American people that we will defeat the left, because it can offer no successful future. Specific proposal about the presidential campaign that you can help me with all the candidates in both parties. I want to propose that every candidate in both parties pledge that if they are their party's nominee, they will agree in Labor Day of 2008 to begin a once-a-week 90-minute dialogue for 9 weeks. The two candidates, a timekeeper, no moderator, no Mickey Mouse, no complex rules, two adults discussing America's future. I would say to Senator Obama, if you truly want to help America America move back to a dialogue. Agree now that if you're the nominee, you would agree to be in those kind of dialogues. And for 9 weeks, the American public could tune in with no attack commercials, no emails, no news media, and see the two adults face to face describing the country they want to lead. Going to think about the presidential campaign until the 30th of September for practical reasons. We've created an organization called American Solutions for Winning the Future. We are going to be hosting on September 27th nationwide workshops aimed at creating transformational change across the entire country. Those workshops will be on the internet. That is the anniversary of the contract with America. And here's the principle. Again, I've been at this a long time. I was an active volunteer in 1960 in Columbus, Georgia for the Nixon Lodge campaign. I've seen us try to change this country. The Oval Office isn't big enough. You have to have, there are 511,000 elected officials in the United States. School boards, city councils, county commissions, sheriff's offices, state legislatures, statewide elected officials. We need to move the entire country. And so we will focus, and we'd love your help and involvement. We want every American in both parties to take a serious look at what are the American solutions we need to compete with China and India? What are the American solutions we need to control the border? What are the American solutions we need to renew and revitalize our civilization? What